Okay, I'm live there, making sure I'm live here. It takes longer to connect to Twitch, it seems, and no matter what, the kilobytes per second is unstable on Steam. I don't know why. It says that I'm offline. I'm definitely not offline. Twitch, why are you so mediocre? Anyways, okay, chat's up. Test, test. Alrighty. We're gonna bring out OBS, bring out chat, and then I'll probably need the... I don't remember what I was doing last. What was the last thing I was doing? I have Mossberry Stew. Right, I was doing that. I also need to find the companion man. So we did a Savage Beastfly. We need Cloak of Acquire, Taste of Farloom. So we need Nut and whatever's in the last piece of the Sinner's Road. The Vessel's Lost. Oh, Vessel's Lost is going to be a pain in the booty. Yep. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, we should just go grab Nut first, I think. Actually, instead of grabbing Nut right away, we're gonna go to Show. And we're gonna grab some more blue juice. Because if I'm gonna go after Nut, it'd be nice just to, you know, not have to deal with nonsense. Should have taken the other shortcut. Where am I even? Okay, so I'm at Bone Bottom. So I want to keep going this way. As per usual, I'm going to be really bad at the video game for a little bit. So I hope everyone will forgive me. Yeah, refill Plasmium, please. Nice. Okay, now we can reset. And then, it's off to the races. Go to a blasted step. So we need to generate some energy. Unless sci-fi reserve mine somewhere. I want to buy everything I can before moving on to Act 3. My nose is super stuffed, so sorry about that. Let's see, what tools do I have? So last time we were talking about, like, item balance, I wouldn't mind Weavelight being a yellow. It would be super nice, in fact. I have no intention of pursuing the other silk hearts just yet. Hi. There we go. There's 2 silk hearts that I'm missing. I don't remember where they are. So I'm better at using the hunter. I should have sat around, get more energy. We'll take this bench over here. What's she doing? She's very particular. Right, I shouldn't be holding down my attack button when I'm doing all this. Didn't I do this first time without double jump? It's such a fascinating game. I don't know how often I say it, but I really love the time and effort it took to design some of these areas. That's okay. What is this breakable? I always think it's breakable, I think. It'd be nice if I see a spool somewhere. I should not be doing what I'm doing. I should be, instead of using one big attack, I should be properly attacking them. Is this gonna split? It's gonna split. Really rude. Okay. I should have just taken the item, because I'm gonna die now. I mean, I made it all the way there, and then because I graded for hits, I almost died. It's my own fault. I'm surprised it doesn't unlock a shortcut of any variety. Whoa, 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 whoa. Was there 3 of them? I thought there was only 2. So it's implied the blasted steps are closer to the surface, or at least exposed to the surface, right? Or, you know, not necessarily surface, but it's outside the kingdom, more so than anything. My movement isn't as slick as I want it to be. But, okay, when I see the big crab guys, I should just smack them. Really? Okay, that's really unfortunate. We're just gonna pump myself full of this. Very annoying. Really? Okay. Alright, I guess I am not, not gonna be able to set up regen right now. There we go. Emery Locket, very nice. Fun going. There we go. Nope. Howdy. I'm so bad at this. Oh, my fingers are all made out of butter. Okay. Make it up there. It's come to my attention that it might be more funny if I just let a panic slip out more regularly. But I also don't want to be super loud because, you know, that's not the kind of content I want to create. It's a weird balance to find. Never thought that I would be looking for this kind of thing, but here I am. I think everyone at some point has some form of aspiration to become a content creator. Just not everyone has the opportunity to do so. My movement's getting better. 100% getting better. There we go. The angle for this weapon's a little bit wonky. It's like 45 degrees exact, right? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I think it's this button. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this will give us almost infinite second chances as long as I don't instantly blow it to blah 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 blow through all our HP. Rabble. My brain is not working. I think I'm gonna be in a rock and a hard place for just a moment. So there's gonna be a crab here. Yeah, you can see the crab right there. So, because I'm not gonna be able to take the bench if I want to maintain my resilience, you know. Saved it. But the movement in Silksong is super fun. So, this is the bench. I don't know why I hit dash there. I can unlock this. So I'm not gonna take the bench. But I will take the item. Simple key. Very nice. I should look for a better spacebar, because the spacebar feels a little bit heavy, if that makes sense. I'm going to check if I have to unlock something down here. Oh no, it's kind of nice exploring the world again. Not knowing 100% of where I'm supposed to go, but having some vague idea. It's like hanging out with an old friend, you know? There we go. So secret passage unlocked. So even when all things go sideways, this should be sufficient for me. Rude double hit. Oh my god. Do. There we go. Yeah, I'm much better at using whatchamacallit, the hunter now. It's because it's a lot more straightforward. I still love the architect. It holds a very special place in my heart. Why is this thing not dead? But it's not as comfortable as it used to be. I say that with me using this little cheesy bit of pet. Oh, I'm not fast enough? Can I just cheese this? Yes, and it's possible to cheese it. There we go. After unlocking all this move tech, it would be embarrassing otherwise. I can't help but feel that. I can't help feel but think that those little critters down in the sand are an extremely invasive species. Because this place used to be filled with corals and whatnot, right? I'm so bad at this. I'm gonna sit by and regen a little bit. So, how's everyone's weekend going? I don't know. I'm bad with small talk. The small talk is probably the bane of everyone's existence. But here's the thing, right? I'm gonna argue that a lot of the times you find it's really hard to find a spot to have conversation without a little bit of small talk. I would rather avoid that and whatnot, but if my gosh darn it, maybe if my goal is to find out more about someone, then there's not very many alternatives to small talk. It's so weird that I can't go off of that. Okay, shortcut unlocked. I haven't found what's her name yet, Chakra, right? And I don't know where everything is, so let me just pull up a map. Silksong map. Man, the map genie came out so fast. So let's see. Taste the Farloom. Okay, so the Crustnut is actually just below me, and the Volt Nest is right beside me too. So that's gonna be good. Can I even? I should have the movement to get up to Volt Nest. I love the ambiance of this place. It's so spooky. The physiology of these creatures also makes me wonder what kind of things once lived here. How many times did I get hit there? I got hit 4 times. Oh my goodness. Ow. Okay, do I have a splinter in my finger or something? Or a cut? Or something? Why does it hurt? All of a sudden. Is it like, a varicose vein? It might be a varicose vein. I hate varicose veins. I think that's what they're called, right? So I got hit by the shock and then I got hit by the spikes, essentially. Double jump does make this part a little bit more difficult. So if I preempt, there we go. The worm. Ow. just kind of stab you. Okay. I'm bad at the video game, I understand. What is a bullworm? I know there's a lore entry thing for it. I might as well go grab it after I'm done. Excuse me, rude. There we go. Yay! Volt filament. Okay. One of the most powerful blue tools in the game. Here we go. I don't even know where I'm going. I think this goes straight back to the entrance, right? Did they get rid of... Oh god. The, bog skip? I think everyone loves bog skip. Okay, so let's do the boss fight later. These things are tanky. I guess they gotta be in order to survive here. Let's say hi to Chakra. Okay, we're gonna grab that. And then we're gonna start buying everything else she has. This might as well. Buy the more expensive one. Okay. Let's see if I can buy something else. So, I think there's some dialect I need. Yeah, there we go. So I needed markers for... Oh, well, I don't need markers. Yeah, I should have markers for it because I need it for Chakra's tool. So this will get me another shortcut. So we can start going after Nut. Which theoretically shouldn't be a problem for me. You can imagine living in this place as your adaptation is to be able to burrow yourself into the Nutlands, and you're still vulnerable to their spikes. It's a little wild to me. Nothing? Okay. Just wanted to check. It would be kind of cool if you would be able to throw these down in a way. They don't have to do instant kill damage, but there we go. Let's get rid of these first. Get them out of the way. activate those things. I feel like an excavator of some variety. That could be a fun game where you're doing spelunking and your whole goal is to do, like, mine resources. That could be fun. I think that could be a very funny game idea. There's a token to charge. It would be more close to a puzzle game, and so it's gonna be like a parkour puzzle game as opposed to anything else. There we go. It could be interesting. I'm not good at parkour games, mind you, so I would be terrible at it. I think I can put it all together for fun. I should really get back into game dev. It's honestly surprising to me how well the friends I've made throughout my life have what a good light people see me in, because I don't see myself as that spectacular of a person. We got nut. Just adjusting my headset. I am bad at video games. I don't know. I think I can successfully make a few games. I think I can make actually some fairly decent games. I just gotta temper my expectations and make sure that I'm not overzealous. In my creation. Ow, rude. I still get hit by the one I reflect. That's kind of cringe. I think that's how people sees it. Oh my god. See, mate. I'm one shot. Hang on, my gameplay is a little too stiff here. Where am I even? Okay, so I want to move away from this spot so we can have a better bench. I think we'll take the Blasted Steps bench. I don't even think it's possible to use that use that set of, you know, stringy holds, who's a hanging holds to reverse. God, I hate these spike things. I hate anything related to these spike things. Leave me alone. I love the bell sounds though. The bell sounds are so good. My nose is listening. That's why I'm going to blame on that. I do need to come back for the shop because there's a couple things I need from it. So let's check the shop really quick. I need to knock out this critter anyways at some point. I could do so in Act 3, potentially. So I need a total of, so it's 1050, 730. I need 1730. Okay, that's a lot, but I just need 350 for the first one, and it's essentially 50% discount and everything else. Yeah, the reason why I may or may not want to come back here after is because I'll be doing more damage when I get the next pale oil from Taste of Farloom, as well as having easier traversal of the area. I forgot to change my... It's fine. I need heat. There's some healing. This is distracted. Nope. Hello, Alex. Welcome. Okay. I don't like this thing. I'll come back after Taste of Farloom, I think. I think that's just the wisest choice. Just have more damage. Where am I going? I want to go to Greymore. The game's audio is a little louder than me? Okay. Here, I'll try to boost my audio a bit more. Settings, properties. Okay, filters. Gain. Oop, that's too much gain. Just a tiny bit more. How's that? I'm only going to increase my audio volume a little bit because I don't want to reduce it too much. I don't think I'll ever fight Morrowind. Not that it's a difficult boss, it's just, it's funny not to fight them. That's good. I should probably swap to Hunter, realistically. My day's been alright. honestly forgot that I had a stream today. So, if I was a little late, then that's why. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, multi-binder is nice. Fulfillment is gonna also be nice. And I think I'm gonna swap my spell off for something a little bit more aggressive. I feel that, man. I feel that. Whenever I start working on my coding or I focus on one of my projects, I just completely blank on the time and day. Delver's Drill wouldn't be bad here. Oh, bad. I still don't like those alligator things. I think they're annoying as balls. You can stay in there. You can stay in there, mister. I'm gonna take this bench. Do I even have this bench? No, I don't have this bench. Well, I guess I'm not gonna take it if I don't got it. Simple as that. I almost never use the great slashes. For anything other than the drill. Because the drill is funny and very powerful. It's a great mix. I didn't do this? Oh my god. Let's see. It's really hard for me to lock in, though. I have to like spawn a hyperfixation for it. The Great Slash for these isn't bad, actually. It's just not something that you would expect to need to ever use. Its ranges, its extended range is quite nice. Okay. Oh my goodness. I am bad at video games. I'm gonna heal before the fight. So I might as well. I like how they just take a peek at me. I completely forgot that I had to fight these at some point. There we go. Okay. You just go for a quick. Oh, that's my bad. Okay. Oh. Can't even heal right now. Oh shoot. This bad. Outie. We outie. I thought it was gonna be a nice simple endeavor. You rewrote the world gen today. So... Oh my god, I'm so bad at this because once a project gets sufficiently large, I don't like maintaining it anymore. So sometimes if I have to go back to my old code, like, even, no matter how simple it is, something in my brain's like, it would just, I could do this better now. I'm just better at coding now. You should start from scratch. I'm just like, but I don't need to. It's like, but you could do it better. You know? Do you ever have that itch in the back of your head? It's just like, what was I doing like a couple months ago? You could do it so much better now. I'm just like, you're just being greedy. I don't have infinite time, man. But you could do it better. And, like, I don't know, does anyone else have that, like, primal part of their brain that refuses to let them just let sleeping dogs lie? It's like with every project, too. It's not just coding. It's surprising that it only takes a couple hits. Oh yeah, making code modular is really important. Like, it saves me so much time when I do have that, like, hankering pain in the back of my head. One's dead. There we go, two's dead. I just gotta take my time. Punish them whenever I need to punish them. Don't need to take unnecessary risks. What the heck was that? That was rude. I thought they dove into the middle there. Oh well. Okay. I refuse to acknowledge that damage. Like, starting from zero, code again is just effort. Yeah, like, I think it's important when you want to start a project to just start the project, but I completely agree, right? If you're haphazard about it, like, it stops being maintainable after a while, right? However, that's just, like, something really hard to balance, especially when it's your first, like, you're new to an experiment. So, I think you have to balance, like, your old efforts with your new knowledge, and there's a trade-off when you want to go back and, like, redo something, right? These things are much easier now that I'm just charge attacking them. Have I ever been down here? I hate everything. There we go. There was one on the ground. What a bastard. Okay. You only justified it to yourself because you had learned so much about framework quirks. You found out making a multi-thread from the start is just easier. Well, that much is obvious. When you have multiple processes, having a multiple processes, just you could run it from a single for loop, right, or a while loop, and or if statement. Yandere Simulator. Oh my god. But it's untenable after a while. Ow. Wasteful. Oh my god. Bad attempt. What? Okay. I should. Oh, this boss is so weird. It makes me cranky. I just want the damage though. But that's the whole thing, right? It's always a learning experience, and you'll always learn the most, like, about a third of the way through, like, your initial start of the project, before you start reviewing stuff. And you're just like, hey, hold up. Like, I've learned so much already, I should probably make use of that in the old infrastructure. And then you're just like, and this is for any project too, like, when you're trying to make a recipe or something, like, you're going to be experimenting a bunch, but you're also going to be learning about, like, oh, what other ingredients I can use. I should also be using different things. There we go. Of course, like, all of it's practice, all of it's understanding and whatnot. I am completely out of practice, and every time I start a new Godot project, I need to relearn everything from scratch. I just need to sit down and just do it. I keep getting caught up on things that I don't like doing, and not focusing on learning things that I need to also learn how to do. I should focus on things that are cool and interesting and the things that I like, and then find plugins for things that I don't. It's honestly that simple sometimes. Oh, what? You cheeky bugger. Okay. Right away me. I'm getting impatient. That's all that's really happening. Oh, that's nice. I do get some healing out of that. Store up enough to heal. Get out of the way. So I now have enough to heal. I should be free to... What the heck's happening? Alright. That was weird. That was my bad. I cornered myself there. Oh no. Ah, stinky. Okay. That was my bad. Please? Oh shoot. I felt like I was really close there. No, that's how most humans learn, though. Is you have to try and try and try, and then you're gonna keep failing and failing and failing. The hardest thing is being okay with failure. And that's something that I'm not good with either, right? It's just being okay to with failing. I think when there is something dire or detrimental, I think that's when you use the don't do this kind of thing, you know? You tell someone not to do it. Right, but I think you learn more from a negative experience, even if it's a controlled one, than never having that experience at all. I should really stop fighting these things. It's completely unnecessary. That's why, even though it might not look like I'm getting better at these boss fights, I'm still learning something, right? Even if I'm not internalizing, I'm not cognizant of it, I'm still learning something. And not all learning is going to be something that you're going to be able to read or recognize, you know? And that's okay. I think that's perfectly fine. Okay, I'm in a okay spot. Ooh, okay. I'm in a terrible spot now. Like, in the thing, and that's the biggest thing about, like, one of the weaknesses of of human nature is that you are so drawn into activities that you can participate in that any activities in which you can't participate, like, or any activities in which your perspective is that you're not participating, is going to be bad, right? For instance, like, if you are playing a video game, right, or if you're playing a sport, here's a great example. For some people love watching football, American football, baseball, all that stuff, right? Some people love watching it, and that's mostly because they feel like they're part of the experience. I gotta stop attacking these things. That's the form of engagement that they care about, right? But for some people, that doesn't work. They want to be the ones playing the game, you know? It's the same with streaming, right? Some people are engaged by watching someone play a game, and they can vicariously experience the game through them. Or they want to, you know, feel like that they're part of a community, or, you know, in the case of streams, actively communicate with the streamer. There we go. Maybe he was one off. Okay. That was close. Okay. Oh, rude. Bad. Bad. Stretch is doing bad. Now that I think about it, so this is completely unrelated. This is completely unrelated. I wonder how many streamers got doxxed when playing One Shot because it takes your user folder name and uses it as the default name for your character in the game, or your presence because you're some kind of like deity. Let me just grab that really quick. Grab all of these. You think it's like an experience as well? Like, we have to start assembly language topic in class, and I'm finding it as difficult as the rest of the class. Yet for normal object-oriented programming and other programming is chill. So it also completely depends on how the lesson's being taught. Because I'm going to be honest, right? Like, if you have the wrong professor, you can make it can make even the most fun topic absolutely miserable. I remember when I was learning impulses in engineering, right? It's the entire class almost failed the class, you know. And I felt like I was literally going to, like, oh shoot. Why'd I do this to myself? Why do I keep doing this to myself? What was I saying? It felt like if I kept going to that class, I wouldn't last the semester. Right? It was that bad. No, I don't want to quit game. So, because the professor clearly only cared about returning to research, and not actually teaching the class, we're just gonna pop some of these. You like assembly, machine coding, teaching as well the concepts of what registers at any point in time. It's a bit funky. I think it's also like certain things don't click until you've had enough experience with it as well, and it's kind of hard in a rigid education structure. So one example is calculus, right? For calculus, there's a concept like where you're talking about like the ith iteration or whatever, you know, like x to the power of I kind of thing, right? So they kept saying ith. I'm just like, I have no idea what this means, you know? And it wasn't until like I was in calculus 3, I'm just like, oh, you know, like it finally clicks in my head. Like, I understood how to do the math, mind you. It's just that like I would always have to reframe it every single time I heard it, but it didn't click until like doing calculus 3 and feel like, oh, okay, I don't ever have to reframe it again. I don't know. Give me a load. Fundamentally, this boss isn't supposed to be that difficult. I'm just impatient and or dumb. Or both. I guess got caught in a bad situation. Oh my god. Really? Okay, that's bad. I think... So, this is the most difficult thing to balance, is that not everyone knows how to learn the same way everyone else knows how to learn. Does that make sense? Because the way that I learn is going to be different from the way you learn, for instance. All of us will learn from, like, actually doing something, but some of us don't like not having any instruction, right? For instance, I don't like having any instructions when I'm new to a task, right? But some people just keep trying and trying until they fail, right? I don't know why I keep fighting these things. Completely unnecessarily. Before college, you were taught it's a curve on a graph. Oh, yeah. They use, like, words like orthographic, or orthogonal, or normalize. Normalize is a little bit easier to understand. Parabola. Parabolic. Oh, I just flew right into that spike. Just gonna give that little rat a love tap. So it's gonna take like 5 hits, 5 hits to take these guys down, I think. There we go. And then we're just gonna mag dump. It's not working. Oh well. Oh gosh. Just gonna use the Volt Tackle thing to just get out of a bad situation. Oh my god. How? No, 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 no. I feel like I don't know how to fight this guy anymore. Oh no. I think I'm trying to conserve my silk too much. I think that's what's happening. Today might be a bit of a shorter stream. I have some family things to take care of as well. How dare you? How dare you hurt me? Okay, yeah, the thing about jargon is that it doesn't make sense to anyone that isn't part of that particular community, if that makes sense. And even the word jargon is a word that's like that. So jargon basically means, for anyone who isn't using English as the first language, or isn't a strong second language, is... How do I explain it? So, it's words that are used almost exclusively to describe something else, as long as you... So, for instance, like, I made a mistake, but it's fine. Like parabola, for instance. If you don't have any, like, understanding of algebra, then a parabola, the word parabola probably means nothing to you, you know? So if you don't know the definition of it, then this, like, and people are just gonna throw it around all the time. That's my issue with like psychology, is that they own psychology and philosophy. They only use jargon, and it is maddeningly like maddeningly like the only thing that they talk about or use, or the only terms that they use. I'm only using the Volt Bash to get out of a bad situation at the moment. If I do damage, it's going to be circumstantial. Oh, you bugger! I was in a bad situation no matter what. Goodbye, energy. Lucky. Okay. Bad situation. There we go, we got her. It's almost all ego. It's almost all ego. Like, they use superfluous and meaningless language just for the sake of it, right? Like, if you're talking to a normal person and you just use jargon, it's all ego. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, right? You might not know that that's what you're doing, but that's 100% what's happening, right? There's always a part of a human that will, like, and not all, mind you, but a large majority of humans that just want to feel better about themselves. And that's why bullying and putting people down is such a big thing, especially since with the anonymity of the internet, it's just gotten way worse, right? It hasn't gotten better. Because if a majority of humans were good people or not susceptible to these things, I'm not saying that you are bad for wanting any of this, by the way, it's all human nature. But if the majority of humanity existed for the betterment of each other, then cyberbullying wouldn't be as bad as it is. Politics wouldn't be as polarizing as it is. And I think if you have like a society of people in which you all have to get along, most of these people feel like they're always wearing straitjackets because they're not allowed to say their piece or say what's in their heads, right? And once they have anonymity, they do literally whatever they want, because lots of us are some variation of monster, right? I'm not saying that you are an evil creature, but you do only have to some degree, have your self-interests at heart, you know? And that might not be something that people like to hear. Or it's not a take that people take kindly to. I need to kill some of these guys. Not these guys. We'll complete the cloak quest in a moment. Once I get all of this. Okay. Take this guy. Here we go. We need to grab his cloak. Thank you. We need like 24 of those. And mind you, right? I'm not calling anyone out for like anything. This is very understandable. This is something that humans have evolved with, right? It's more about if you don't know about it, you can't, you know, work around it, right? You can't, if you're not cognizant of it, you can't elect to make adjustments in your own life, right? Because a lot of people just do these things without knowing. A lot of people just do these things without understanding that that's what's happening. Right, right. Like some people get really mad at me for being a little bit contrarian when I talk about things, or like talking about my perspective on things, because granted, I'm not the brightest tool in the brightest bulb in the cabinet, right? So my explanations tend to be extremely verbose until I figure out exactly what I want to say, right? Which is a skill that I have yet to refine, right? Being succinct, because for me, my brain works on examples, right? My brain works on thoroughly unwrapping a topic. But what a lot of people want is for me to be succinct and straight to the point. But me being straight to the point often leads to a lot of arguments, because my perspective tends to be completely different from another person's. We might agree on this, like, on the finite, right? We might agree on the specifics, but that doesn't mean that we agree in total, you know? Like, the way we came to that conclusion may not be the same. I need more money. I need more money. I don't know. I just want to be the best person I can be, right? So, okay. Here's going to be a potentially divisive topic. I want people to be as open as they want to be about this kind of thing, but it has come to my attention that a good portion of the population doesn't know how to communicate with the other half of the population. So what I mean is, very often I will be talking about a subject, and then I'm wanting to know what their stance is on my opinion, right, or on my take. And if that is and that needs to be addressed directly, right? It cannot be passively agreed upon, right? You'll find that a lot of people will say, so we agree on this then, right? Or do you understand what I mean? It's because there's a really large part of the population that's like, I need to have these things directly acknowledged, otherwise I won't be able to move on to the next conversation. So, like, it feels like if you feel like you're getting whiplash because someone is constantly changing the topic, it might just be because the person that you're talking to doesn't understand that's what you need, right? Because some people are just gonna be like, oh, like, it sounds like we agree on this topic, so we do agree on this topic, and then I'm fine with that. And then that's not me, that's not a lot of people, right? And that's not a skill issue kind of thing, that's just a perception thing, right? For some people, it's just like, oh yeah, no, we talked about the same thing, we agree. We completely agree. For others, it's like, well, you say that, you've met me halfway or something like that, but, like, I've heard no direct acknowledgements. Like, it's just people being silent, you know? Right. Like, they're whether or not they agree on the problem isn't the problem, or agree on a topic is not the problem. It's, I don't know what your stance is, period, is the problem. You see the difference? We're gonna quickly go back and grab some additional money making. Yeah, everything does have some level of nuance, but like for someone like me, right? My brain, it's not about getting my feelings hurt or anything like that. So I'm just saying that unless you explicitly make it very clear what your thoughts are on the topic, I will never understand what your opinion is on the current topic of conversation, right? We can throw information back and forth, right? But if we have opposing expressions on the topic, right? Opposing stances on the topic, I can't, like, you know, I can't tell what your actual thoughts and opinions are, you know? For instance, if I say, if we're talking about the best way to blow up a balloon, right? Whether it's to inhale first and blow the whole balloon up in total, or like to pinch the hole and inhale and then exhale again, right? And then we do this whole discussion thing, right? And my stance is like some people might not have that much lung capacity, so their mileage may vary, right? And then the conversation continues. I still don't know what the person's thoughts on, like my gradient response, my gradient example is. I don't know if I'm explaining it well or not. See, this is an example of me being long-winded because I don't necessarily understand what I'm wanting, like how I want to communicate it. Which in and of itself is a different problem. Well, the problem with politics, so this is politics adjacent. I'm not going to go into politics at all. Period. I never want to go into politics immediately unless it's something that I feel that I have sufficient knowledge about, and like or it's extremely pertinent to everyone, right? And mind you, that's everyone's stance on politics, by the way. It's not just everyone thinks something is pertinent to everyone, which is the problem with how politics is handled nowadays. And anyways, besides the point, completely besides the point. See, now I've forgotten what I wanted to talk about. Right, okay, the biggest problem with discussing anything polarizing is that people often don't communicate what their expectations of that conversation are, right? So, for instance, 100 men versus a gorilla, right? Extremely polarizing topic, right? Because people will automatically have their preconceptions about what the results are going to be. And without any understanding of any established rules or what are the limitations of the conflict, they're just going to straight dive into the situation, right? Because, for instance, right, some people will argue that the gorilla would win because they're able to, like, completely dismantle the first few people, right? Very easily with their muscle mass. And then the rest of the humans would be afraid. Not taking into account that the gorilla is going to be scared out of its balls that there are 100 things going to trying to attack it, right? Like, you have to have, if you want to have this discussion, it's just if you're having it for fun, you can have it for fun, right? But if you're having a serious debate about something, or you're wanting a conclusion to a discussion or debate, then you need to have rules outlined. For instance, a lot of people forget that gorillas aren't tanks, right? They are very similar in makeup to humans, so they are going to be they're as durable as humans, maybe a little bit more durable than humans, but they're going to be not they're and most humans are made out of paper, right? So, oh shoot, that's bad. That's bad. Right. The context matters. All of that, everything matters. Everything, it's just what is the aim of the conversation, right? That's all that I'm getting to, right? Because a lot of people like a billion lions or one of every Pokemon in existence, right? Very common thing that people fought over. So, most of the people that want to have that conversation want to have it because it's really trolly and really funny, right? In which case, those people want to get, stir trouble. That's the be-all and end-all of that. They just want to be problematic. Because it's entertainment for them. That's perfectly fine, right? Because it's like a harmless thing. It's completely harmless. But people who want to have an earnest conversation about it, that's their prey, that's their victims, that's the people that they want to actually target. But at the end of the day, that kind of behavior in and of itself, though harmless, is still problematic to a certain degree, right? If your friend doesn't normally consent to pranks, you shouldn't prank them, that kind of thing. But because it's in the guise of a discussion, it's really easy to get away with that without understanding that. I don't know if that makes sense or not, the prank thing, but that's my take on it. Because you're essentially pulling a prank on them by being like, oh, he's got to have an awful reaction. He or she is going to have an awful reaction to this. And then there's just some topics that people care really, really deeply about, and then where other people won't care nearly as deeply. Get out of here. But then they want to force you to care about it, and that's also not good. Right? There's rules to communication, and those rules need to be established, especially for people who see things more rigidly, like most guys, right? What a lot of ladies don't get in a relationship is that guys need instructions. They can't read minds, and if you want them to read your mind, you need to give them an instruction booklet on how to read your mind. That's all there is to it. Not that complicated. We like instructions. We like knowing how things work. And if you are inconsistent in how you work, then we're just going to take shortcuts. That's all there is to it. And I think we're all worse off if we're taking shortcuts, apologizing without understanding why we're apologizing. It's just unnecessary conflict, right? Let's see. So 1680, 1700. We need I also need 500. We're just gonna sit here and farm for a little bit because it's I enjoy these kind of discussions. But I'm just yammering. I don't know if people agree or disagree with this kind of stuff. You can tell me about your opinions on the topic, but like, ladies, if you have a boyfriend or intend to have a boyfriend, pay attention to yourself and write down instructions on what, or reasoning on why you end up in certain emotional or mental states, right? I'm not saying that you're all openly emotional too, but there is a concerning amount of you that don't understand that men need instructions. Oh, but you could argue that, oh, but if they're smart enough, they won't need instructions. They're smart because they need instructions, you know? Oh, this one's almost dead. Oh. Okay, it will go faster if I just get the upgrade. I will be right back. I should also grab all the fleas I can before I leave this act. I don't remember all the fleas that I need, gonna be honest. Right. Like, if you're rage baiting people, think of it this way. Do those people normally appreciate getting pranked? You know? Do they like negative surprises? And if the answer is no, and if you want to maintain a cordial relationship with someone, then you probably shouldn't do it. Right? Like, the internet makes it really hard because it's all engagement focused, right? If you want to make money on the internet, you want to have engagement. And if you want to have engagement, you gotta do things that are going to get the most attention. And if you want the most attention, you want to rage bait. Which, all in all, is, like, very... Like, it makes sense. It doesn't mean that you have to like it. Because, like, you're not better than someone just because you got someone to fall for their rage bait. You just know how to push their buttons. You know how to be annoying. And I don't think it's a good skill to have, or a skill that you want to be proud of, to be to know how to be annoying, you know? And that's just my 2 cents on the topic. Right, no, I don't think anything should be at the cost of someone else's experience. Right? Sometimes it's unavoidable, like if you're doing something competitively, it's going to be completely unavoidable. That because someone's always going to lose out based on that. But I do think that it speaks volumes about a person's willingness to, how you say, willingness to grow and enjoy or experience the lives of others around them, right? And I'm not saying these are like any which way is the right way to live, right? If that's what you're looking for, I'm going to tell you firsthand. These are my expectations, right? If both of you are willing to be pranked, right? If both of you are willing to put discomfort each other, and that's part of your dynamic, then go for it. I have no problem with it. You can go do that however you want, but that's the important thing. That's a willing willing participant in your little silly games, right? It's a willing participant. Not everyone is a willing participant, right? Like that's the be all and end all, right? If you don't think someone would enjoy that experience, or you want to surprise them and you want to do good for them, but you're still surprising them, you should probably figure out, do they like surprises? Because I don't care how much you thought about my how much I would like a surprise birthday party. I don't want a surprise birthday party. You know? It's that kind of thing, right? You might think that it's a gesture of kindness. I think it's very annoying. You feel me? Okay, so I need... Well, I need a lot more than that, the amount that I think of, because I still need to buy from the old lady as well. It's gonna be a farming day. It's gonna be a farming day. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, though. I still need to go underneath as well. Yeah, but some people love the idea of surprise parties. Some people love spontaneity. And that's fine, but everyone isn't you, right? So everyone has different expectations and wants out of life. And I think it's not up to you to decide what is right for another person. Right? Of course, like, there are going to be exceptions to that statement. Primarily, parents always think they know best for their kids because the kids can't make decisions for themselves or otherwise. But that's why you are you're supposed to be their stability. You're supposed to be mentoring them, but they're also an individual person. They're not a miniature you. They're a person. And that means that oh, is bad. Gonna leave. They're a miniature person. You have to still get to know them. It doesn't matter if you've lived with them their whole life. They will start to develop their own thoughts and feelings of their own. You can't dictate, or you shouldn't be dictating to them things that they don't understand. You gotta just teach them the bare bones of what's right and what's wrong, not like your ideologies. Sure, those are going to impart on them naturally, right? But I don't know. I think it's important that they become their own person, not become a copy of who you are without understanding how you got there, right? Because what you do to an individual... Why did he just do 3 damage to me? No, he didn't. I'm just bad. Okay. Alright, I'm getting way too apolitical, so I should probably shut up.
Ah, Elos. Sagrador.
Okay, so I want a sentence grip. I want the small key and I want the spool extender. That is also 1370, so we'll be back soon. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at chat. I don't know. I might be. That might be the most opinionative you're gonna hear from me. I don't like surprises, and I don't think that just because someone likes surprises, you should surprise another person, right? If you want spontaneity and if you want surprises, you can communicate that to the people that you care about, and then they can surprise you all that you want. But that's not the way that most people want to be communicated with, you know. Why'd I do that? Whatever. Like, and that's kind of like why I was bringing up the whole, like, I'm surprised at how the people who enjoy my presence, like, still do to this day, you know? Like, they hold me with moderately high regard. At least they see me positively, you know? which is a nice thing. Which is a nice thing. Unfortunately, this is going to just be part of the grind, because we're going to need a lot of money to 100% things. Hang on. While I am here, what I will do I believe... Hang on. I need to stab this thing. I am bad at video games. Never forget it. I am awful at video games. Never forget it. Okay, so there's a thing up here that I need to get to. Hello, Second Sentinel. I think that's your name.
Hasvin?
Yanara.
Yanara. Okay. So that will be a little problematic for me in the future, but that should be fine overall. So I'm gonna add a little bit of a detour to my current pathing. I didn't let go, but... Because I also want to collect the cloaks, because they're mandatory for... progression. I need to do a bunch of side quests in order to move on to Act 3. So this is one of them, collecting the acquired cloaks. Oh, Jesus. Is that only one cloak? That's unfortunate. Okay, so I was called to do family things, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to end it here. But, well, I got a little bit topical today. It'll make for some good clips, I guess. I'll have to transcribe everything in a little bit. But I gotta get going. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you all next time. Keep your chin up. Enjoy the time in the sun, time in the rain, all that good stuff. Enjoy your weekend, and happy Valentine's Day, if that's something that you celebrate. Anyways, I'm being weird, I'm being awkward. Bye bye for now, and ta-ta for now. I will be putting out shorts, a bunch of shorts pretty soon, on a separate channel. I'll advertise that later, but anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.